What makes a woman so feared that history writes her off as pure evil? Is it her crimes, or the power she wasn't supposed to have? What if I told you some of the most hated women in history were more dangerous than you ever imagined, while others, they were victims of lies, politics, or jealousy? Today, we're diving deep into 5 women whose names still make people shiver. 1 bathed in blood, 1 murdered children, 1 shook an entire nation with just a lawsuit, and 1 helped cover up one of the darkest secrets in modern elite society. Are they monsters or misunderstood legends? Let's begin. Imagine this, a cold stone castle in Hungary. Young girls walk in but never walk out. Elizabeth Bathory was a noblewoman and a sadistic killer. History says she tortured, mutilated and killed over 600 girls, all to bathe in their blood, believing it would keep her young. She became known as the Blood Countess, one of the most twisted women to ever live. But here's the twist. Some historians now say it might have been a setup. Bathory was powerful, rich and widowed. And in a world ruled by men, that made her dangerous. Her cousin, a high-ranking lord, owed her money and conveniently, he was the one who arrested her. So tell me in the comments, monster or woman destroyed by jealousy and greed? Britain, 1960s. A young blonde woman and her boyfriend roamed the streets, friendly smiles, harmless chats. But behind that smile was a nightmare. Myra Hindley helped Ian Brady abduct, abuse and murder children, recording their screams as they tortured them. Her photo became a symbol of evil, even worse than her partner's. Why? Because she was a woman. A woman wasn't supposed to be that cold, that heartless. Even in prison, she begged for forgiveness. But the public, they never forgave her. Parents still spit at her name, and honestly, can you blame them? Comment below whether does evil have a face? Because hers sure did. In a country where faith is everything, one woman dared to say God doesn't belong in schools. That woman? Madeleine Murray O'Hair. She took her fight to the Supreme Court and won. Prayer in public schools? Gone. She became the founder of American Atheists and earned a title no one wants, the most hated woman in America. People called her evil, un-American, and even Satan's messenger. And the ending, just as dark. She was murdered and chopped up by a former employee. So, was she fighting for freedom or playing with fire in a God-fearing land? Tell me, was she a hero for free speech or a villain in disguise? Lavish gowns, endless jewels, extravagant parties. While France starved, Marie Antoinette was living in luxury. Let them eat cake, they said, she sneered, while children begged for bread. She became the face of royal corruption and was executed by guillotine during the French Revolution. But hold on, what if I told you she never even said that? Historians believe it was a false quote, used to stir up hate and bloodlust. She was a teenage girl from Austria, thrown into a world of power, lies and enemies. So was she hated because she was heartless? Or just a girl caught in the wrong century with the wrong crown? Drop a comment. Does truth matter when people are hungry and angry? Private islands, elite parties, billionaires, politicians and children. Behind the scenes of Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking empire stood one woman, Ghislaine Maxwell. She groomed young girls, lured them with promises, and handed them to the most powerful men in the world. While Epstein took the spotlight, Ghislaine made it all possible. She claimed innocence, but the evidence was undeniable. In 2021, she was sentenced to 20 years in prison. And still, many believe the full truth has never come out. Who did she protect? Who's still hiding in plain sight? Comment your theory, because this story is far from over. So, who was the most hated woman in history? The bloodthirsty countess, the child killer, the atheist rebel, the doomed queen, or the modern-day puppet master? One thing's clear. When women break the rules of power, history doesn't forget, and it definitely doesn't forgive. Smash that subscribe button for more twisted tales and untold truths, because the darkest stories are always real.